밖엔 더운데 안에는 시원하니까 기분도 좋지만 또 귀엽고 하고 그러네. 우리가 젊은 분들인데 한국말이 좋아요, 영어가 좋아요. 어떻게 더 편해요? 한국말과 영어가 둘 다 편한 사람 손 들어봐 주세요. 영어가 편한 사람들 손 들어봐 주세요. 한국어가 편한 사람, 그러면 지금 영어 편한 분들이 그 숫자가 적으니까 한국말 위주로 하면서 영어도 섞는 방법을 한번 해보겠습니다. 영어가 전혀 안 되는 분 손 들어봐 주세요. Okay, well that's good enough. Good evening. I'm Sonny Park. My title is the Chief Executive Janitor of General Building Maintenance Company, and I found the janitors of this company in 1983. We just celebrate 30 years in bathroom cleaning, and now we were very small, and then obviously when we started business, and now we're in 18 different major U.S. cities in the United States, and then we're expanding out too. In 2 years, we'll be adding 3 more states or city actually. So we'll mark 21 cities in the U.S. We have, with the blessing of God, that we expand out to about 3,200 people. And then I am here to share some of my stories with you young future entrepreneurs to help you any way I can, given hours. So we only have 60 minutes, and then I will try to finish about in 45 minutes, and then spend about 15 minutes for Q&A. If that is not enough, and then I will stick around in the back, and then can share. I'm here to help you. And first of all, I want to thank you, Mr. O, the leadership, and Mrs. O, who has done a great job in inviting me over and giving this opportunity. It is an honor. It's a personal honor to stand up here and share my ideas with future leaders, because I can tell, you will be a great business people and leaders. So it is a great opportunity and privilege for me to be part of your success. I want to talk about the networking. There's so many things I like to share. Networking is how to get to know each other. Obviously, you know what's the networking, but how to do it, how to make a friend, how to make connections. It's hard, sometimes easy, and sometimes it's not easy. I just got back from China and Korea. It was only a short 4 days trip in a private jet. And Chick-fil-A founder, son, Dan Cathy, you know the Chick-fil-A, I guess, and they wanted to explore the marketing ideas in China and Korea. So I was there as a consultant and with them, and then we interviewed several candidates, the restaurateurs, possibility, and then opportunities to develop in Chick-fil-A in Asia, and we just got back. That's actually the second trip we made to Korea and China. About a year and a half ago, I was in Boston Harbor. I was in a yacht, 120-foot yacht, owned by Steve Forbes, called Highlanders. And that was the last trip, actually. He sold that yacht after that dinner trip. And that was also my second time aboard in the Highlanders. The first trip, that was about 10 years, almost 10 years ago. It was also Boston Harbor. And we cruised out to the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean, and Chesapeake Bay, and then down, all the way down here. And then, guess who was there? Steve Forbes had 18 guests in his yacht, and the 2 ladies was there. One of them was Nancy Reagan, and the other one was Margaret Thatcher. So, I already told you, and my title is is the executive janitor. How a janitor got connected to Steve Bose, Nancy Reagan, Margaret Thatcher, Dan Cathy, and fly around the world in a private jet. How could I do that? A lot of people ask. So I'm here to share some of the experience I have. I cannot tell you, pinpoint out this is the way to do it, but my way of looking at it, there are some formula, I would say formula. So I'd like you to pay attention and see how it goes. Number one, I wanted to start, when I started my business, I wanted to know why I would do it. What for? Why I want to be a businessman. I can take a job. In fact, I was a life insurance salesman. I was selling life insurance, New York life insurance policies to Indiana farmers. That's what I was doing. I made a lot of connections. Every one of them, all those farmers were pretty good people, and by appearance, they might not have any connection, but they all have very good connection, in fact, and then they all become my friends. So I wanted to understand why I'm doing it, why I want to have my own business. And then the next question is, I want to be successful. It's the known secret that you all want to do something, and then you want to do better than others call success. The next, how can I achieve my goal? In order for me to succeed in what I do in my business, I have to put myself down. I don't want to be second place. I want to be number one, whatever I do. Anything I do, I want to be number one. Because this country, in fact, in this world, is a winner takes it all. Ain't no second place winner. Yeah, I did it good. Almost did it. But, ladies and gentlemen, almost never counts. Don't forget that. And then, since I came as an immigrant, just like your father, your mother, I came here with no money and no language, but pretty much zero in English. And when I was selling life insurance in the late 70s, way before you were born, my English was about 10% good or even 15% good. But I was still knocking on doors of Indiana farmers and selling life insurance. I didn't try to sell life insurance. I sold life insurance. I made it number one. There was 28 agents, life insurance sales agents in that office, in the Indiana general office, Indianapolis general office, and I was number one. I'm here to brag, absolutely, because I worked hard and I made it. That's not all. I became president of New York Life Career Conference. All that new agents in the company, 3 years and younger, with the company, had a convention in Waukegan, Illinois, almost Wisconsin, the state border. We had a three night conference just like this, and about 320 new agents were there. And last day, Friday afternoon, they elect one man for the career conference class president. I ran with maybe 18% good English. I campaigned. I was elected. That was in 1977. Why I'm bragging about it? I'm not trying to sell your life insurance. I'm trying to sell myself and help you. Those days, I was outstanding. You know all that. You know what that means, outstanding. 한국말 하는 분들 군계 일학 알죠? 군계 일학. What's a gunge means? Gunge means a group of chicken. And ilha means one crane, the white crane. Among those are all the chickens, all have wings. One white crane stands out. So when you walk into a room with a bunch of chicken in there and one white crane, you're going to see I say almost it's a chicken, the white crane first. You want to be the white crane, and I want to be the white crane. That was how I started making friends. That was 30 years, actually 40 years ago. And then the next thing I want to talk about is when you do good business, work hard. When you do make a business that make your business successful, and then what happened to your pocket? So much money. Your bank account gets grow. You will have so much money that don't even know what to do with it. I'm in that situation. You want to say like what I say when you get old? You know? I'm not sure any of you went to the internet and read my story. When I was cleaning kitchen of a steakhouse, I made a goal. One day in the United States, I will pay $1 million in income tax per year. I set that goal, and I want to be number one. And I achieved that. 26 years later, I paid $1 million as an income tax, and then on. So it is so important how you're going to use that money, the extra money you have. You're going to have 3 meals a day. It's a nice meal, a nice house, nice car, good family. Send your kids to good school. Vacation, maybe a couple of times, maybe 3 times a year. You still have extra money. What are you going to do? When you have a great business, make a plan. If you don't have a good plan to spend that money, to make the money you make, while you don't have any money, you look comfortable. And no one, including all of you, they never want to deal with somebody who is hungry, who is poor, who desperately needs something. They're uncomfortable, or purely uncomfortable. Somebody will approach me and handshake, and I, Mr. Park, and this, and say, can I see a minute? And then, oh, then we all give and take the relationship. And then I will think, are you going to give me something? Why you want to see me? Or you want to give me something? Or you want me to give you something? That's a relationship. And as long as you are not a side of a giver, the other part will not like you. They usually don't want to make a friend with you. That's human nature. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, I think. So the relationship, the networking is a handshake. However, look at the straight through eyes and then figure out, what can I do for you? What you missing? You may not have the money in your pocket, but you got plenty of a heart, love and care, something you can take care of about that person you just met. What can I do? Are you show interest? Who are you? What do you want to do? You have what you're missing out of 100 you need, and there's something I can do for you. And some of those need to be trained. And I appreciate, I thank my mom, I give all credit to my mother. My mother taught me that. Showed me, and she showed me that the concern about others. So I have a natural, I guess, the Is there anything I can do? I don't really ask, but they know. When I handshake with you, and then, hey, I'm Sonny Park, how you doing? And then I can feel, he or she feel that I want to help. So it's a giver side, a taker side. So you need to stand as giver side. Okay, you don't have to give your money, but your heart. That's you have plenty of heart. And that's what, based on my experience, that's what I have practiced. So all the turns I make, when I have a successful business, whatever I do, whatever comes, if I'm a scientist, I have plenty of knowledge in my head. If I'm a businessman and plenty of money in my pocket, and what am I going to do with it? Plan. And then you got to do you have to work every day so hard, and it's tired. And then it will give you stress. Then people usually don't want to deal with stressed people. They want to deal with comfortable people. So you need to show your comfort to other party. And how you make yourself comfortable look? There's no other way but you got to be comfortable. And how to become comfortable? When you want to give, you look great. So that is something, well, I know that, and some may think it, but keep that in mind. You need to be comfortable when you meet a new person. I have so many different ways to explain networking that in Korea, the networking, I went to Google and checked in Korean networking, and then it is a multi-level marketing. 다단계 판매. I meet you, and I want you to sell so many, so I get commission out of some override on your behalf, and you do sell more, so I help you more. That's called networking. That's a negative. So networking in Korea, I guess, more negative than positive. But here, we can have it. We can make our own networking. In Korea, I don't know that most of you lived in Korea a long time. In Korea, you got to have a bag. Bag이 없으면 there's not much place to lean on. So you have to have a bag. What does that bag mean? Somebody who has a lot of money. Doesn't matter they give me or not. I have money, and then when I talk about that person who has a lot of money, and a person thinks I have a lot of money. Anyway, you have to brainstorming all the time. How to talk, how to approach other people. Or have a powerful position in the government or somewhere. And if you don't have that, it's hard to stand. Somebody in a bank, and who can finance you when you need money. That's the really kind of things you really have to have in Korea. I'm talking general. There's an exception. There's so many different that the people have done it without bank. Here, you got to make a back your own. How to do it? I walk up and meeting people. Where are you going to meet? Good people. Somebody who I need. Somebody I need for my business to be successful. Nobody going to jump out and call you and say, hey, John Kim, that I am John Doe, that I'd like to come by and see you, and I'll bring some business opportunity, profitable business opportunity for you. It's not going to happen. You know that. So don't hold your breath. It ain't going to happen. So what you have to do, you have to approach it. Number one thing in making the business connection is you got to qualify yourself, ready to meet other people. And then qualify means, I don't mean you create something, but who you are is you. So when you meet somebody and talk to, I run janitorial service company, and then I would say, I have 200 people involved in my business, and I would say, I have 10,000 people working for me. Oh, soon as I start talk something untruthful, my eyeballs get hazy. You know what I mean? So other party always know, I just heard you, but maybe not truthful. Some reason, that connection. So you gotta have a truthful connection. Tell them, whoever you meet, tell who you are, exactly who you are. Do not exaggerate yourself. If you got 10, 10. That's all you need to talk about. In fact, I always talk about 9. I only have 9. And some of my friends who receive my email, it say, under promise, over performance. That's my personal slogan for this year. Every year I change that. And under promise, over performance. It may take longer, but eventually I look good. And I will be one white crane among a bunch of chickens. I want to talk about another story of my network. I'm a janitor. When I come to clean this building, I deal with the manager of this building. That's it. Whoever manages this building, that's my connection. It stops there. However, I became partner of the group of partner of the company owns this building. By the way, I want you to ask any questions. Stop me and ask any questions if you don't understand the picture I'm trying to show. Anytime, because this is your time, I'm here for you. So I'm going to get going, but keep going. But you need to ask me if you don't understand. Don't just pass. As a janitor, cleaning and sweeping the bathrooms and toilets, and became partner of the owner of this building. How do you do that? I was cleaning a office complex. Actually, my company was cleaning office complex. And then, one day I got a call from the asset manager in New York. It's at that time Morgan Stanley owned that building. And Morgan Stanley manager wants to come and talk to me and say, there's some valuable lesson we need to learn from you. I said, wow, you want to learn how to clean toilet? I can teach you that. No, this is serious. So they came down and had lunch with me, 2 people. It's a work with the Morgan Stanley real estate, and it's hard to meet them as a janitorial service contractor. Meeting those people is like impossible. So they came over. We went out to little lunch and spent about 2 hours, talk about how I control that my employees can afford. I shared them. Then they invited me over to New York. So I packed up and went to New York. And in the New York airport, there was a limo waiting for me. And red carpet, before the World Trade Center fall. And I walked into the office at the 70th floor. And there was a long conference room. There was 11 asset managers They control the entire nation. The real estate they own. And they are sitting there, and the box lunch was there, and then asked me to, you have 1 hour, just like that. You have 1 hour to talk about your company and how to maintain your quality. So I share how we do it, care, and we can pay our janitors good money because the competition is tough out there. You don't pay me good, so I gotta pay minimum wage or that. But that's not it. That we don't stop there. We give our heart, and we want to find a way to help them to grow. All different things. We don't have time to talk about what detail of our company does. However, after that meeting, I became friends with 11 asset managers, all of a sudden, overnight. It's hard to come by. It's a very, very, very unique situation. So we picked up contracts in Washington, D.C., Richmond, Houston, Texas, and down in Colorado Springs. Just sit there, and then we didn't do much. We didn't even know even had a plan to expand out Houston and Colorado Springs, but we did. They begged me, would you branch out to Colorado Springs? We couldn't find a good cleaning contractor there, so we did. And then in Asian economy class, you know the IMF crisis, you remember that? That was end of 1998, November 97 through 2001. And those days, the Korean, Asian, a lot of Asian business was into deep trouble because currency was scarce. The foreign currency was scarce. So they were inviting the American, most of American asset buyers. And then Morgan Stanley called me. We want to go to Korea, but we don't know anything about Korea. This is not stock sales because this is a real estate part, real estate investment. So Morgan Stanley wants to invest in Korean real estate for short term. They hit and run. They go in there, invest, make money, make profit, and sell it, and get out of there. That's their strategy. They wanted to go there, they already went there, they would try to work with some Koreans in Korea, couldn't trust them. And they thought about one of the asset managers with 11, remember that, the World Trade Center, 11 asset managers on that? One of them called me and said, Sonny, it was the middle of the night, and I got a call. Said, Sonny, will you be here tomorrow? I said, tomorrow? What's going on? Got a toilet to clean in Korea? I heard they need my service. I packed up and went. I landed in Korea, and then 3 days later, I hired three people, and then start helping them to buy the real estate. And 2 years later, they want to dispose. They bought so many. There were 5 different U.S. companies. When the Lone Star is one, the J.P. Morgan is one, the GE Capital is one. They all went, and I was with Morgan Stanley. Just imagine how this a janitor become a partner of a Morgan Stanley. If I walk up to Morgan Stanley, hey, you guys need to go to Korea. It's a great investment opportunity in Korean real estate. Let's go to Korea and make me a partner. They will take you crazy. But I showed the quality. I was one white crane among chicken. They trust me. They know I'm not the real estate professional, but they know I'm a trustful person. Whatever I do, I will sincerely work for them, work for their interest. So that is another story. I have numerous. In fact, Josh Lee, the back at, I'm running a nonprofit organization called Good Neighboring Foundation, goodneighboring.org, and also K American Post. Anything we think that Korean Americans need to know is a nonprofit. K American Post actually is the one. We have website going out. Josh put the posting news articles pretty much every other day. While I'm running this, and people ask me, you were so successful, study part, Korean community, when I go outside. Mr. Jung introduced me with all the experience I have. I travel all over the world as a Georgia Port Authority member. I was a vice chairman and ran all that the marketing part of it, and met with the cargo owners and the shipping line executives all over the world. Marseille, Copenhagen, Shanghai, Tianjin, all over the world. How could I do that? How could Janet do that? A man came here with no money and no English, and it happened. So I'm here to stand. The only reason I brag about what I did is because if Sonny can, if I can, you can. Because you have everything I didn't have. You got more than $200 in your pocket. I didn't check yet, but you have more than $200 in your pocket, not in pocket, maybe in the savings account. And no, it took me 9 years to get the credit card. That situation. And my English was such a poor. I still poor. But I made it. It's not skill. It's not something you know how to talk. It is about your own quality and your heart. And you are rich already. And share some of it. Think about the share. If you think you're poor, you will forever poor. Believe me. If you think you're rich, you will be forever rich. I'm not here. I spend my own gas to come here. And Mr. Odin is not paying me a dime for this. I didn't come here to tell you an untruthful comment. Believe yourself is successful and rich. If you're not, you'll never learn. Act like it. When you go out the street, walk like a millionaire, act like a millionaire, and obviously you gotta think like a millionaire. What millionaires do? They share. There's some exceptional cases. You need to practice share. And then plan to spend. When you have a need, when you need, will fulfill. I don't know how many of you attend church, but God is amazing. God is so amazing. When you want to do something, in my case, anytime, all the time. Not one single time exception. Every time I want something, always was there. And I believe it will be there for you too. But number one, you gotta have a sincere, very, very sincere heart. I'll take slide number 2. I want to talk about network. You're friends. You're all friends here, each other. So you would think, well, I'm successful, and she or he may not. But you know such a thing. We need all work together. I need to help others to be successful for me to be successful. This is how you know all this. What's network means? Computer network. When you come to Wi-Fi, how do you get the Wi-Fi in my cell phone? How do you connect that? Same as human relationship. help others. If I don't help others, it's like a hole in the ship. Remember that. I got to do my part in my ship. Make sure I'm doing my part, so other people, you all do your part, so the boat have no hole and will never sink. That is supporting each other. So that, I thought, something I need to share. So next slide, please. And need to maintain it. Persistence, constantly maintain it. You met somebody, oh, prejudge. Oh, he's a poor, he doesn't have a connection. Oh, he doesn't have it. You know what? I have, my house right now, we're doing a renovation of the bathroom. The tile man came in. And tile man, the technicians, do all the, put tile in the bathroom, tear down all the old stuff and then bring a new tile. And the man who's carrying the tile from downstairs to upstairs, all day long in hot weather. It looked like it really nothing. And I started talking to him, Jose. So when you come to U.S., he said he's from Mexico. So well, how'd you do this? And what is it? You know what? Believe it or not, his uncle is a millionaire. His uncle has a building. And then the uncle may need a janitor. I'm talking about this week. My title was Chief Executive Janitor. I never forget that. I never move around from that base. People call me 회장님, people call me 사장님, whatever. But I am a janitorial service company president. Actually, I have a president and the company running the company, and my root is a janitorial service company. So always in show, while the conversation going on, and then, do you know somebody, or you have a building, high-rise building, we can come in and clean. That constantly is going through my mind. So maintain. I meet one time, but if I don't follow up, his brother, my tile man's brother, if I don't follow up with him, and then useless. That connection is useless. So you need to maintain it. You meet somebody, handshake today, hello John, we met, and then say goodbye, and then a couple of emails, and then never think about it. No good. What's good? You cannot help them. You cannot get your help. So what you need to do, maintain your Rolodex. Write it all down, and then keep looking through. When you are tired or something, and then figure all that out. Yeah, there's a list of names. So one day you will have 2,000 names in your Rolodex. Or every one of them appreciates the relationship with you if you maintain it, just like this. Every one of them should have a very healthy, good code connect to myself and my business. So that's how to maintain. You got to maintain the network. I mean the connection, contacts. Next slide, please. Now, I already told you, you want to be a giver. A giver means if I'm here. If Mr. O wants to set up, Mrs. O wants to set up this meeting, what she need? She need to have a space. She need to have a set up a table and microphone, all this. And I need it, and she needs it, and I'm setting this microphone. So the good one at good price, and she doesn't know yet. So I said, Mrs. O, I have a good microphone. Normal price is $10, but I'll sell you at $9.50. That's 50 cents a gift. Why are you still making $1? That's how you do it, how you serve. And I'm not asking, don't confuse here. It's so important. Don't trip. It's a business. It's not trick. It's not you're never going to succeed as a businessman if you trick your customer. You have to be sincere. I want to help you. That's why I'm giving you discount. I'm giving it. If you go approach your customer like I am giving you discount to get your more of your business. Okay? That relationship is not healthy one. I want to help you. You need a microphone. I got a microphone. I'll get you a good one and good warranty at a better price, and you will like it. Even there is even cheaper. Another vendor has a $9 for microphone, and your sincerity and your genuinity will sell for long run. You may lose sale today, but you certainly going to get called next time, next opportunity when Mrs. O need another opportunity that has another opportunity need a microphone. So you need to demand. You need to be part of demand. I mean the supply, good quality. So you got to be ready. Okay, when I meet somebody, I'm selling life insurance, and then you need a life insurance. You have 3 kids, not you. No, sorry. Talking to somebody, and I shake hands, and this man has 3 kids, and his wife and 5 family of 5. This man may die tomorrow. And then what happened to the wife? And what happened to the kids? I'm coming here to sell life insurance to protect you. That was my attitude when I was selling life insurance. So, meet the demand and supply, ready to supply the good quality service. Next slide, please. Same reason. When you do, constantly do it, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, all of a sudden, you're in a different stage. I'm still growing, but the reason Mr. O invited me today, because he thinks I have something to share. He thinks I'm qualified to stand up here with a microphone and share some of my experience to help you. So I am not way up there, but I am somewhat growing level. And you be somebody special instead of just everybody. So what you have to do, my suggestion is do something very unique thing. I am very impressed with your group. You dress up nicely. You're ready to learn. Overdress is always, I always ask my kids to overdress. Won't hurt you. Yeah, other kids wear something different, but I'm not one of those kids. You know? I want to maintain my reputation. When I become nominated to Secretary of Defense of this United States of America, the mistake I made 30 years ago will become an obstacle. At the Senate hearing, it will come up. So I need to behave myself. There's a lot of decisions to make. So that is also a connection. You know, talk about the politicians and the Secretary of State or Defense or any that holding job. I was serving the White House Commission. Am I the only one, the president? Am I only qualified to serve the president? No, I was there. I was shown. So meeting a lot of people, meeting good people, I so important. Meet people all the time. Meet new people all the time and maintain it. Because you have a good attitude, because I'm impressed with my audience here today, I want to share a very, very important secret. Way to meet good people. Volunteers. You go look at anybody you admire, anywhere. Go look at the biography when they were young, your age, what they have done. They all volunteer. You go to volunteer group, the Red Cross, Salvation Army, or disasters area, mission trip in the United States, I'm talking about. You go out there, do work. You don't volunteer to meet good people, but you volunteer with a genuine heart, and you will meet other genuine-hearted volunteers, and they will, Peace Corps, they will be outstanding person or businessman. So remember that. That's a gold mine, I call. That's where you need to go to meet successful people, good people. That's obvious. I think we have about 시간이 얼마나 있죠? 우리 지금 이제 끝을 내고 정을 받았으면 좋겠어요. 그래서 또 한 가지는 얘기를 할 수 있는 준비가 돼야 돼요. 상대방이 나에게 질문을 하거나 뭐 학교 내가 UGA를 나왔다고 그러면 다른 학교 풋볼이나 바스켓볼, 뭐 NBA 스코어를 모를 수가 있어요. 그렇지만 공부를 많이 해야 돼요. 매일 신문을 보고 내 인더스트리가 아니고 인터레스트 에어가 아니고 다른 인더스트리 데이터도 다 알고 있어야 돼요. 그래야 conversation에 조율을 해요. You know all this. But you don't want to sit there and just listen. By the way, listening is a very important part of the networking. We don't have time to talk about that. But you really don't understand during the conversation. You don't want to be an isolated part of that conversation. So you need to study every day. That's sport changes. The professional, the baseball, the major league. And when you meet a doctor, you want to go into Google and read a medical journal, and then familiar with the the news about if he's orthopedic, about orthopedic, and prepare. It's so important. So when you do deal with it with somebody and an attitude, you want to help. There's so many things I talk about, but it's yours if you keep and practice, and it might not be yours. You just wasted 60 minutes for nothing if you don't utilize it. So I wish my time and your time was and would be useful. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
What's your favorite news source?
I got hearing aid in it.
What's your favorite news company source? Do you read everything, or the New York Times or Forbes or?
I still don't understand. I'm sorry. 한국말은
영어가 더 편한
왜 영어?
그 신문을 볼 때요. 어떤 소스가 제일 관심이 있어요? 재밌어요? 볼 때는요?
네, 좀 관심 있고.
아니 뉴욕 타임스도 있고요, 포브스 매거진도 있고요, 그다음에 월스트리트 저널도 있고 있는데요. 그냥 다 읽어보시는 거야, 아니면
퍼블리케이션이나?
어떤 퍼블리케이션이 제일 personal question?
I spend about 3-4 hours reading every day. It's such a good deal. You know, to have one article, I'm not sure any of you read, but I send out my columns to AEC time to time. To write one article, I have to spend 3-4 hours. And then all these articles, I can read in 3 hours, I can read about 20 articles. And what a deal. I don't have to do anything, just sitting on the computer and then read it. And then my constitution is the local news. Local news, pretty much everything. And then the Wall Street, what you say, the Wall Street Journal is one, but my paradigm changed. Now I am focusing more on nonprofit. So I'm working with nonprofit. But your age is to create things, so it's not yet time to spend money. So now I am very, I serve in 16 nonprofit boards, 2 colleges, and there's so many of them. And the Youth Foundation in Washington, D.C., the National Museum of Patriotism, and the USO, United Service Organizations, and things. So I need to read what's going on in nonprofit, and especially the bank board I serve. I need to read what is going on in the banking industry and the finance. So that's what I do. So it is not my choice, but the position I am in, it requires me to read. Okay. So you figure out what's the best. Keep reading. I mean, it's a great deal. It's you don't have to pay anything. I mean, obviously you can subscribe, but reading somebody's article, I think is a very good business deal myself. Any other questions? Go ahead, please.
지금까지 오늘 말씀해 주신 이야기가 대단히 특별하거나 대단히 어떤 스페셜한 이야기가 아니라 모두가 그래도 한 번쯤 생각해 봤어요.
다시 내가 이거
미안하지만 일어나서 좀 질문해 주세요. 질문하시는 분들
미안해, 내가 잘 안 듣고
괜찮습니다. 오늘 하셨던 이야기가 굉장히 스페셜한 이야기를 해주신 건 아닐 텐데. 네, 간단히 말해서 2가지의 질문인데요. 이런 것들을 뭐 컨스턴트 네트워킹 메인턴스 그런 것까지 다 해서 타임 매니지먼트를 잘 해나가기가 쉽지 않은데 그런 거에 대한 그런 것들을 해나가는 모티베이션이 어디서 나왔고 보통 사람들은 그런 걸 컨스턴트 해가기가 중간에 자꾸 넘어져요. 그래서 이런 걸 하다가도 그만두고 그런 경우가 많은데 그걸 어떻게 오랜 기간 유지할 수 있었다 그런 게 뭐였는지.
오케이. 아주 중요한 얘기예요. 질문 다 알아들었죠? 이게 중요한 질문이에요. 사람이 내가 컨테이너가 이제 capacity 용량에 대한 건데 그만이라고 생각하면은 이 이상 물이 안 들어가. 그런데 나는 그 사고로 인해서 내 역량 이상을 할 기회가 왔었어요. 여기 저 김학규 사장님 이제 계시고 나하고 오랜 친구들 이제 잘 아시는데 내가 78년에 우리 와이프를 잃었어요. 죽었어요. 근데 죽을 때 아이를 infant baby 3 months old를 놔두고 죽었어요. 그리고 4살짜리 딸이 또 있었어요. 그러니까 my wife passed away and I have a 3 months old baby and a 4-year-old daughter. I had 2 jobs and no money. I was running family and job, and I was living in a $150 apartment. That was in 1979. But I was a president of a Korean American Association in 1981, and during that time. 지금 와서 생각해 보면은 다시 할 수 계획을 했으면은 아마 안 됐을 거예요. 그런데 닥쳐오니까 하더라고. 닥쳐오니까. 그래서 내가 옛날에 엔사이클로피디아를 팔았어요. 라이프 인슈런스 팔기 전에 내가 백과사전을 팔았다고. 옛날에는 엔사이클로피디아를 32 books. 브리테니카를 팔렸다면 이걸 팔 때 우리가 이제 세일스맨 스킬을 하는데 우리는 익스펜드를 하는 기술을 배운다고. 타임 매니지먼트 아까 얘기했는데 타임 매니지먼트를 잘 해야 되는데 we only given 24 hours a day. But some use에서 5 hours, some use에서 30 hours. 그런데 나도 게으르고 그랬었지만 그 필요에 의해서 하다 보니까 고무줄, 엘라스틱, 사람의 캐파시티는 이 고무줄 같아요. 그래서 텐션이, 이게 스트레스라고 그러는데, 텐션이 이렇게 요만큼이, 지금 요만큼, 내 고무줄이 요만큼밖에 안 간다고. 근데 이거를 막 늘리면 끊어져요. 그렇지만, 이걸 은근히 늘리면은 안 끊어진다고. 한참 이러고 있으면은 이 고무줄이 여기서 더 늘 수가 있어요. 나의 경험은 그래. 여러분들이 리밋을 볼 때, What can I do? 할 때, 난 젊은 사람은 갬블을 할 수가 있다고. 용기 있게 한번 깨져볼 수도 있다고. 근데 미리 겁먹고, 난 이걸 못해. 하다 보면은 잘하지 못해. 그래서 해보세요. 그러니까 나를 만나서 오늘 그 한 가지 덕을 볼 수 있는 거는 저 사람이 했다는데 거짓말이 아니고 저 사람이 저렇게 해가지고 마이크를 잡고 브래깅을 했는데 나도 한번 해보자. 그래가지고 닥치는 대로 하다 보면 이게 돼. 우리 사무실에서도 항상 있는 얘기인데 나는 되도록이면은 예스를 하면서 살고 싶어. 그냥 하나님께 기도할 때 옛날에 이게 God answer my prayer. 하나님께 기도할 때 이랬어요. 내가 useful 한 사람이 됐으면 좋겠다고. May God help me to be a useful person for someone else. And I pray in the name of Jesus. 내가 볼 때 사람들을 하고 싶을 때 내가 사람들에게 필요한 사람이 됐으면 하는 생각을 많이 했다고. 그러다 보니까 필요한 일이 와요. 그러면은 노를 못해. 내가 기도까지 했는데 어떻게 내가 노를 해. 그러니까 yes 하고 내가 할 수 없거나 그것이 도와줘서는 안 될 경우가 있구나. 그런 경우에는 방법을 찾아주는 그런 엑스트라 에포트를 붙여요. 그러다 보니까 그 네트워킹에서 이제 사람마다 다른데 장사하는 사람은 손님이 네트워킹이 돼야 되고 목사님들은 신도 될 사람이 네트워킹이 돼야 되고 이제 non-profit 하는 사람들은 도와줌을 받을 사람들이 네트워킹이 되는 거고 필요해서 네트워킹이 되는데 말을 하다 보면은 어떤 그 부정적인 목적이 있어가지고 네트워킹을 한다고 생각할 수 있지만 이것은 필요한 거예요. 저렇게 되려면은 연결이 돼서 내가 한 가지 저 핵에 이 세계에 하나의 somebody special이 되려면은 남보다 더 해야 돼요. 그럼 조금 더 하고 한 가지 더 해보고 하다 보면 해봐요. 그럼 안 되고만 안 해요. 근데 해보지 않고 난 이건 안 돼. 나는 내 그릇은 이거 이상 없어. 그리고 by the way 이거는 이 네트워킹과 관계없는 건데 비즈니스 매니지먼트 그 캐파시티에서 이게 그래요. 사장이 큰 회사를 차리는데 한 사람이 우리 군대에서 말이에요. 군대 간 사람들이 모르면 군대에서 한 사람이 군대장이 9명을 관리할 수가 있어요. 매니지 할 수 있어요. 9명. 노모. 근데 9명을 어떻게 관리하냐. 이거는 룰이 아주 세. 군대 밀리터리. 룰이 아주 세요. 그런 엔바이러먼트에서는 9명을 돼. 왜냐면 총이 있고 전쟁할 때 말 안 들으면 총을 쏴 죽여도 저거예요. 총살한다고 그러지. 그래도 안 걸려요. 그렇죠? 맞죠? 우리 김학휘 씨? 네. 네. 근데 우리 총이 없는 매니지먼트, 총이 없잖아. 이제. 일반 매니지먼트에서는 맥시멈이 6명이라고. 그래서 부사장 하면은 부사장 밑에 부장이 뭐 이런 사람들이 6명 이상 하면은 it's wrong. 그래서 매니지먼트 저거에서 캐패시티가 모자라는 거예요. 그러면 그 밑에 또 6명 할 수 있는 거예요. 근데 6명은 아주 매니지를 잘하는 사람들이에요. 그래서 매니지를 아직 익숙하지 않고 자신 없는 사람들은 한 3명 정도 매니지를 할 수 있다. 한 사람이 한 3명을 마음 놓고 할 수 있다고 알 수 있으니까 I know exactly what's happening in your house. 뭐 아기가 감기에 걸려서 병원에 갔다 온 것도 안다고. 그렇게 되지 않으면 매니징 안 돼. 다 알아야 돼. 그런데 3명 정도는 하고 잘 되면 4명, 6명 이상 가면 안 돼요. 제가 그 캐패시티에서 그러다 보면은 어떻게 큰 회사를 해? 나는 6명밖에 못 하는데 맥시멈. 그럴 때 6명짜리를 하나를 더 두면 매니저를 더 두면은 이게 동업장사예요. 내가 100만 불을 벌어가지고 내가 다 먹으려면은 오래 못 가. 이걸 나눠야지. 나눠야 돼. 그 나누는데 어떻게 나누느냐? 6명. 내가 가장 유능한 매니저라고 생각하면은 또는 그 안 됐을 때는 4명, 3명, 3명이라고 합시다. 그러면 3명을 내가 관리를 하고 다른 사람을 써가지고 그 사람이 또 3명을 관리하고 이러다 보면은 회사가 커지는 거예요. 그 제너럴 모터스다 무슨 그저 포춘 500 컴퍼니에서 어느 회사 사장이 그 저걸 해요. 전체 회사 사람을 다 알아요. 못 하거든. 그렇지만 할 수 있는 방법은 let someone else to manage. 그래서 그렇게 할 수 있으니까 타임 매니지먼트 내 시간을 좀 많이 썼는데 이 타임 매니지먼트라든가 그저 오가니제이션 그 매니지먼트에서 가장 중요한 것이 남을 쓰는 거예요. 그러니까 그 사람들이 할 수 있게. 근데 그 사람들이 영향을 발휘할 수 있게 도와주는 거. 내가 그 사람을 서포트를 하는 거. 그래서 오가니제이션 차트 보면은 이렇게 피라미드처럼 내려오는데 사실 나는 이렇게 위로 보는 거예요. 섬기고 계속 섬기고 하다 보면은 우위가 이게 조직이 커지는 거고 조직이 크다는 것은 같이 나누면 내가 다 먹는 게 아니고 나는 리드를 하지만 우리가 다 이기는 거예요. 그 모두가. 오케이. 시간이 너무 됐죠.
질문 더 있습니까?
네, 하세요.
네, 질문이
저는 댓글로 갈게요.
아니요, 제가 큰 소리를 할게요. 지금까지는 네트워크를 이렇게 바깥으로 해서 네트워크 말씀을 주셨는데 그 사업 성공한 비결에 있어가지고 인사이드 네트워크가 어떻게 됐는지
다시 한번 얘기해 주면
그 베스트 퀄리티를 보존하기 위해서
네.
회사를 운영하는 있어가지고 이 서비스가 경쟁력인데
네.
경쟁력의 비밀이랄까 세상의 서비스를 제공할 수 있도록 해서 지금까지 유지했던 그 회사 내에서 조직 관리와 그다음 인사이드 네트워크
네.
직원들 관리를 어떻게 해가지고 지금까지 이루어졌는지 그게 지금
다들 들으셨죠? It's so important. I almost forgot about that. I'm so glad that you brought it. 한마디로 황금률을 행사를 해야 돼요. 인간관계에서 인간관계 매니저를 인간관계 네트워킹을 매니저를 잘 할 수 있는 가장 내가 아는 가장 좋은 방법은 황금률 다 아세요? golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. 마태복음 7장 12절에 있는 말씀인데 각 어느 종교고 이 황금률이 있어요. 이 세상에 있는 종교는 전부 그 황금률이 있어요. 내가 대접받고자 하는 대로 남을 대접하라. 이거거든. 그러니까 사람을 만나면은 김영진 씨 하고 하다 보면은 이분이 뭘 필요할까 해가지고 생각을 해서 그걸 해주려고 다 못해주더라도 해주려고 김영진 씨가 필요한 거를 해주려고 노력하면은 김영진 씨가 나를 좋아할 수밖에 없어요. 그렇죠? 그거예요. 그러니까 이건 비밀이 아니에요. 그래서 그거를 계속 프랙티스하고 들어주는 게 상당히 중요해. 저 사람은 말하기 좋아하는데 뒤에 왜 저렇게 자꾸 떠들어 잔소리 많고 말아 오래 걸려 이게 아니고 저 사람은 나는 잔소리 말 오래 하는 걸 듣기 싫어하는데 이 사람은 김영신 자꾸만 말을 오래 한다고 들어주는 거예요. 내가 귀가 부서지는 것도 아니고 들어주는 거예요. 가끔씩 아이 컨택도 해가면서 들어주는 거예요. 그게 하나의 이해인데 그러면은 김영신 씨가 나를 좋아할 수밖에 없어요. 근데 좋아하라고 들어주는 게 아니고 이게 키워드예요. 좋아하라고 아이 컨택이나 들어주는 게 아니고 이분이 뭔가 할 말이 있구나. 그러면은 내가 들어줘야지. 하다 보면은 그 듣는 속에서 뭔가 나올 것이 있고 거기에서 실마리가 잡혀서 뭔가 서로 도움이 될 수 있는 기회가 있을 것 같아요. 예? 되겠습니까? 네. 그러다 보면 손님이 되잖아요. 내가 아까 서플라이 앤 디맨드인데 나는 이걸 파는 사람이고 이분은 김영진 씨는 사는 사람인데 이것을 사는 분이 맨날 이거만 똑같이 사거든. 저분은 바꿔가지고 생각을 못했는데 내가 팔면서 이 색깔이 작년에는 빨갛게 했는데 금년에는 뭐 그린으로 해봅시다. 이러면은 그 생각이 어디서 나옵니까? 뭐 귀찮은데 뭐 생각해. 오다가 오는 대로 해버리면 돼. 이거보다 한번 생각해서 그린으로 한번 하면 어떻겠습니까? 금년에는. 그러다 보면은 김영진 씨가 내가 생각 못하는 걸 저렇게 생각하고 있네. 그러다 보면은 좋아해서 온다기보다 김영진 씨의 사업이 더 발전시켜주기 위해서 내가 노력을 해서 서플라이어로서 돈 드는 거 아니잖아요. 무슨 빨간 잉크가 그린 잉크가 빨간 잉크보다 비싸거나 싼 것도 아니고 돈이 더 들어가는 것도 아니고 그렇기 때문에 그런 식으로 생각을 상대방을 황금률의 기준에서 하시다 보면은 네트워킹 사람들이 나를 좋아하는 사람들이 많이 생길 거예요. Any
시간상 하나만 더 받겠습니다. 질문 하나 더.
말씀하시죠. 네. 내가 또 불러갈게.
회장님께서는 프로필 오리지네이션도 런하셨고 non-profit 오리지네이션도 이제 하셨잖아요.
네.
그리고 군대 같은 경우는 밑에 있는 사람들을 모티베이트하기 위해서 팰 수도 있는 거고,
네.
이렇게 따까리를 시킬 수도 있는 거고,
네.
그리고 또 이제 프로필 오리지네이션 같은 경우는 모티베이트를 하기 위해서 사람을 자른다거나 페이를 삭감하거나 이렇게 리워드를 줄 수 있잖아요. 근데
네.
non-profit 오리지네이션 같은 경우는 그럴 경우가 없으니까
네.
그런 사람들을 이렇게 더 열심히 일하게 할 수 있는 모티베이션을 하기 위해 할 수 있는 방법이 또 있나요?
non-profit, profit organization과 같아요. 사람 관리가 human resource management는 어디나 똑같아요. 그러니까 non-profit이라고 해서 못 잘리지 못한다는 건 없어요. 그러니까 프로듀스 그러니까 프로덕티브한 사람은 오래 살아남는 거고, 난 못 봐서 내가 아까 얘기했듯이 칼레지를 비롯해가지고 non-profit organization 일을 많이 하고 있는데 조직마다 사람 바뀌는 거 많이 있어요. 근데 사람 잘리는 거는 참 힘들어요. 여러분이 이제 인플로이어가 되면은 사람을 잘라야 될 경우가 있다고. 근데 사람을 잘 써야 사람을 잘 쓰면은 시간이 걸리더라도 잘 써야 잘릴 숫자가 적어져요. 그렇잖아요? 제대로 써야 돼요. 근데 제대로 쓴다는 게 이 사람이 이 회사는 안 맞을지 모르지만 그렇다고 못 쓸 사람은 아니거든요. 배를 지어야 할 사람을 건물을 지으라고 그러면은 이거 건물 짓는 데안 먹히거든요. 근데 배 짓는 사람들이 썼어야 되는데 사람을 잘못 쓰면은 이게 관계도 나빠지고 결국은 아까 얘기한 대로 잘라야 된단 말이에요. 그래서 이 인플로이어가 되고 나면은 참 어려운 건데 사람 보내는 거예요. 가정이 있고 그렇잖아요. 아까 얘기했듯이 아이도 셋이 있고 부인이 있고 그런 집인데 인컴이 없어지면 어떻게 돼요? 그러니까 잘릴 때 참 힘든 건데 할 수 없이 해야 되는 인플로이어가 되면은 사업주가 되면은 부담이 그런 게 있어요. 그런데 트라이를 여러 번 해야죠. non-profit organization에서도 3번 정도는 트라이를 해야 돼요. 그리고 인플로이어가 되면은 지금 이게 프랙티컬한 미팅이니까 리고 사람 보낼 때 legally justify가 돼야 되고 그런 다큐멘테이션 하는 거 잘해야 되고 그런 거 소홀히 하다 보면은 그런 거 하나 때문에 이 조직이 나빠지는 경우가 솔솔 있어요. 말이 나왔으니 말인데 그 장사할 때 이거는 내 네트워킹과 관계없는데 그 룰 밖으로 나가면은 지금은 잘 넘어갈지 모르지만 안 돼요. 절대로 그 파운데이션 그 토대 회사나 그 조직의 토대 만드는데 아주 나빠요. 그게 싱크홀 나오는 거 봤죠 왜? All of a sudden there's a big hole in the street. 길이 애스폴트가 막 빠지고 그러잖아요. 근데 그 룰대로 법대로 제대로 처리를 해야 돼. 그래야 애써서 지은 것이 오랫동안 좀 슬로하게 되더라도 성장을 하더라도 제대로 했으면 좋겠어요. 오늘 여러분 아까 처음에 말씀드렸듯이 우리가 보낸 1시간이죠. 1시간이 좀 넘었는데 여러분들과 제가 보낸 시간이 여러분 사업하고 살아가는데도 조금이라도 도움이 됐으면 좋겠어요. 그러면은 나는 즐겁겠고 또 어디 앉아서 그때 분해 카운티에서 옥타 그 세미나에서 내가 어떤 그 충고를 했는데 그 충고가 먹혀가지고 여러분들 그 성공한 사업가가 많이 나왔다 그런 그 자랑도 또 딴 데 가서도 크게 큰 소리 좀 칠 수 있게 좀 만들어줬으면 고맙겠습니다. 감사합니다.